How many bottles, jars, or tubs are sitting under your sink right now that you purchase in a moment of hope? When you purchased that product and you were praying that it was going to stop the itch, address the dryness, and or the breakage. I know if that's you, yeah, I see you. No, you're not a product junkie. You're not hot maintenance. You're just looking for a relief. And so today we're going to talk about why that's valid and how to finally find your way forward. So welcome back to the Hair Debate. I'm Ocain, Trichologist, Master Cosmetologist, author of 7 Love Languages of Hair. And if you ever tried 15 products in 2 months just to calm your scalp down, yeah, this episode is for you. So love, most people don't want to start out with just being a product junkie. They're trying to find an answer to the problem. So we're often pushed by desperation, influencers, online trends, and then can't forget this, the hair trauma from others. But now it's not excess. We're in survival mode. So look, there is a such thing as product overload. And what does it look like? Okay, excessive oiling of the scalp, applying different gels. None of them are working, or when you combine them with some, you get that white residue. Okay, not cute. And then there's the flaking of the scalp. You don't know if you're allergic to something or your hair just does not like that product. But you didn't know that it's not always that the product doesn't work. Maybe your hair does not like it. Do you know the personality of your hair? If not, that's the reason why you're a product junkie. So not knowing the personality of your hair can in fact make you a product junkie. And it affects us emotionally. Because how many times have you been frustrated because you don't know what works on your hair? You have not given the time to know that is the hair truly responding? You have not given the proper time to see the results of what that product would do in your hair. You need about 3 months. But do you have the patience to allow that time to see what it would do? No, you don't. And what do? Just jump to the very next thing. And so there you are again with this inner shame spiral. You feel that you're doing all the things for your hair, but getting no results. It's about seeking the relief and not seeing the results. It's about seeking the relief and not having the guidance. So no, we know that when we go on our favorite platforms, I'm going to just say that, and we know what we can find there. Okay, are we going to find a product that we know that could possibly work? Or the support from someone really knowing what we're going through and battling with and giving us guidance in it? So what are those things that we're going to find online? Is it that scalp detox in a bottle? Or could it be that miracle regrowth oil that there's no growth oil, miracle growth in that oil? And they can always catch us with those buzzwords like natural, clean, nourishing. They know how to tickle our ear. But now what truly supports the scalp? We know that, but what truly supports the scalp? We know that is consistency, not chaos. Knowing your scalp type, which can only be done when you have developed a relationship with your hair and scalp. And then there's clarifying and moisturizing at the right times. And then there's clarifying versus moisturizing at the right times. So now there is support for your scalp. Okay. It's having consistency and not chaos. But what does that look like? You really would have to develop a relationship with your hair to know what products to use. So what products is knowing your scalp type. Okay. So now your hair, is it really flakes or is it product buildup? Do you in fact need moisturizing? So now let me just say this. Do you have seborrheic dermatitis? Now, seborrheic dermatitis actually, in using oil, can feed the yeast that's on the scalp and make it worse. So you don't want to do that. Do you know the scalp type that you have and what's going on with your scalp and having the results that you're battling with? And then there's clarifying versus moisturizing at the right time. So now when you clarify your hair, you don't want to over clarify your hair because that will lead to dryness. And after you clarify your hair, just removing all of the oils, okay, we tend to think that it's just removing the bag or the build up on the scalp, but it's also removing the healthy and good oils that the scalp produces. And so remember, you have to go replenish and feed your scalp. And you will only know that you're doing so when you are seeing how your hair and scalp is responding. How would you know how to simplify without starting over? So now you will want to try these steps. You would need to take a 7-day pause. Stop. Right there. Stop. Take a pause. Give your hair a break. And then during that process, pay attention. So track what she is saying, but also too, how she is feeling. And what you're wanting to do is reintroduce one product at a time. So now, what do I mean by that? So now, if you're using a product to moisturize your hair, just use that one product. Give yourself some time to see the feel of it, to see how the hair is responding to it before you go and introduce a new moisturizing product to it. I say give yourself a month in using one product consistently in order to see, okay, if your hair likes it. You would definitely be able to tell from the feel of it, how the curls are defining itself. But then also too, it's going to inform you of your porosity level. If the hair is in fact absorbing the product. And so it's going to give you that time to assess it. It's going to give you that time to assess how your hair is responding to the product. How would you know you being a product junkie is connected to your hair being affected by hard water hair loss? Now, understand that is definitely a real thing. So now what is hard water hair loss? So hard water hair loss is when your hair is when the chemicals in the water is creating a chemical imbalance with your body's chemical makeup. In the interaction of the two is what creates the chemical reaction. And from that, it dries the hair out. So now what does that look like? You can use every and any product there is. And I want to say for about a week, you may see a change. But then the hair goes back to that dryness. It's a dryness that no product that you use, that no product will be able to hydrate your hair. So it's dryness on the highest level. So now, but again, how would you know that it's hard with a hair loss? Is when you have that box of filled with nothing but product and nothing will help the dryness of your hair. Then try distilled water. And try that distilled water for 3 months. Not only will it help hydrate your hair, but it's going to also too help with your porosity and get that balance. So love, it's about unlearning the noise that is everywhere. It's online, it's from your girlfriends, it's from family members. It has to stop now. Because know that the industry profits off of confusion. You don't have to keep buying answers that you already have access to. And know, love, that you are not the problem. The overload is. The overload is. And healing starts with clarity, not clutter. So here's your challenge today. Not tomorrow, but today. Go under your sink, pick 3 products that you are going to pause for a week. Not because they're bad, but because your scalp needs a break. Because, love, you are not broken. You are just in overload. How many of you are, and know that you don't have to stay in that cycle. So, love, if this episode hit home, screenshot and tag me at the Hair Debate. And love, send it to a friend that is drowning in product and is still trying to find peace. Let's normalize the fact that your scalp, it just needs simplicity, not shame. So love, thank you for listening. I will see you next time on the Hair Debate, the platform where we debunk, debate, and discover all things hair.
Visit moraleocain.com. Follow us on all social media at The Hair Debate and at Morale Ocain. Don't forget to like and share.